Castle bracket semi-finals now. Dominicano and Valtsiuk. And we can see what we've got in store here. So, best of 5. Firstly. So both players end up taking some maps here. Now, Dominicano, his home map during the tournament was Arabia, but he takes Atacama first. Valtsiuk's home map was Four Lakes, which he takes. Socotra is the neutral map. That's where we will start today's proceedings. And we can see the picks that are in here. Bunch of bands. Inca first pick, unsurprising, I think. This is pre-nerf, pre-champion nerf, so they are very, very strong. And then Italians and Catans were the two that end up getting sniped that got picked early. And we'll see how this all plays out. Lots of land maps. One little hybrid map in there. Not a lot of hybrid maps or like water maps in this map pool. So lots of land maps, lots of land needing to be prioritized. Vulpine will be interesting if we get there, of course. A very interesting map. So let's see how they play this out and get into Socotra. Welcome along game number 1. Dominicano and Valtsiuk. We are here on Socotra. We should be getting some early aggression, you would think, from the Inca. And where is this Vil? This Vil is off. Where's this Vil off to? You need to consider the lane here. And Dominicano needs to pay attention to his Vil, which he will. Oh, God. Oh, God. Vil, hide. It's fine. Okay, so the Vil ran away, and the Vil now comes back. And everyone's chilling. Both players will bring in an early boar. They don't want to have any laming happening there. I believe that on Socotra you should lame. And I am surprised that Dominicano has not gone for the barracks and the second champion. I'm a little bit surprised at that. He's going to allow Valtsiuk to push in a lot of zebra, actually. That's a lot of zebra. Where's this Vil running off to? Where is the Vil off to? There's actually no predators on this map. Normal Socotra does have predators, which is the worst bloody thing that this map can have. You want to try and be aggressive and you run into a... Where is he running? He does not know where his opponent is. He cannot figure it out in the slightest. You should notice from the 4-tile gold, right? Just having a look at this now. Looks like you get 2 4-tile golds. So that is the giveaway, that the base has to be there, because it's clearly not there. Will he now run into the town centre? This will be huge. He's underneath the town centre, Valtsiuk. You've got to get him. Yes, you do. Brilliant. That is very, very fortunate for Valtsiuk there. Takes it down. Very nice indeed. Settlement out now for Dominicano. He's going to go out and he's going to have to take the zebra with a mill instead of a lure. And Valtsiuk's going to be able to push in all 5 of his zebra very, very easily. Valtsiuk should also notice that his berries are getting walled in, which is a bit of a nuisance, but it's not really the end of the world. So that'll come in now. That'll be very annoying for him, but again, So what mill is going? That's meant to be a house? That is an odd mill. Okay, that's going to be a mill. That's going to be a mill. Still not convinced that's not a misclick. These guys will get completely walled in. Back to the fruit bush. And we're going to wall in the gold whilst we're here. Why not? If you're here, you may as well do it. Wall everything in. Be an absolute menace. A few times I've tried walling in golds and then realized, well, they can just take the other gold. And then by the time they need this gold, the palisade walls die in a few moments anyway. So, Voucher could be the first one up. 19 with Loom. No issues whatsoever. No idle time at all. And he can jump over to the gold here. And he will go for archers. That is a very, very common opening with the Saracens. That's how he's going to start this off. And you can see the problem now, having to take the zebra with the Vils, and it's not even completely perfect. That's a lot of force dropping, actually. He has walked a long way to force drop to try and get the food to click up, and he can now. Yeah, Dominicano will be okay. He will click up. He's had a bit of idle time, but he will click up. Probably about the time now to walk some of these Vils back home, because they don't all have to be there. There's only one more zebra left. You can just leave 4 and send the others back. And a couple of houses, and you can see he is walling in the world. In fact, if you're Valtsuk, you can just drop a mill there and still take those berries and those berries before you have to knock down any walls. But anyway, what have we got? Range. Nice. Dominicano got a barracks, and he's going to make, you guessed it, Champy. Who would have thought? Champy on the way, but it's going to be a range. It's going to be an early blacksmith for Valtsuk, and he is going to look towards probably fletching, you would think, so that he can take down those Inca Champy as quickly as he can. This is, of course, pre-nerf. So these guys are very strong, and the upgrades are as they were priced previously. I think it's 100 gold, 100 food, 60 gold, 100 food, 50 gold. Okay, there's the first champion on the way out. There's the second and the third champion on the way out. And now the hard part will be, how good are the archers? How good can the archers be here? This is going to be difficult for Valchuk to hold. If he can get his numbers up, needs to get the numbers up, right? Numbers need to be there. I realized I didn't have a few things up during that whole last set when it came to chat. My bad, but that's all good. We're here now. We're here now. Being so rusty this stream. Oh my days. That's what happens when you take some time off. This is the stream that'll get me back into the swing of things. It's only been a week and a half as well, but I am very much not performing at my peak. These players need to, because they have got a potential spot in the castle bracket final. Dominicano is going to roam around with some of the champions, but he is prepping skirms, which is the better counter to these archers. Saracen archers do take down buildings faster. And with fletching very soon, these guys are going to have to run away. And now there's a champy in underneath the TC. That looks like it's going to be a second champy that gets taken down. No, not quite. He just gets away. Houses are going to be in trouble here. How the skirms. How's the micro between the two players? The scout can be annoying for the skirms. And actually, if you're Valtsuk, you could just sit on top of the range. Plus What is it, +2 against buildings or +3? It's +3 against buildings. Then it says +2 against buildings here. There must be something regarding armor that I'm missing. Is it the melee armor that makes a difference there? Yeah, this goes down super fast. So they're doing 3 damage a hit. And down goes that wall. It's going to be a stone gate behind from Dominicano. He's just happy taking away houses with these champion at the moment. And I'd like Valchuk to either consider the range. Again, the archers for the Saracens can take the range down really quickly. You can't really get any value anywhere else at the moment. There's a lot of skirms out, and oh, nice pick off. Nice pick off from Valchuk there. He's awake, and he gets a scout cab out the way. And there's a few more scouts now. He's actually dropped a stable, and that's going to be a problem here for Dominicano. There's a lot of archers now, and the stable switch could be a troublesome one for our Inca player, who immediately queues up another Champy runner. Wheelbarrow now for the Saracens, but he's in. The scouts are in, the skirms have to run, and the archers can come in behind, and they can be a little bit of a nuisance. Oh boy. This is strong from Valchuk against the Inca as well. Yeah, this is a panic tower. That is a very panic tower. 14 vills are around it. They can't all build it either because it's built on the gold mine. And at the moment, the scouts are being a nuisance on the skirms. And oh my days, Valchuk, he is able to use that Saracen market, and he can click up to the Castle Age. Meanwhile, Dominicano under 100 food. Saracen market, that is nice. And this should be some very good timing here. This should be some very good timing. But will he lose his army before that? Oh my days. Oh boy, the skirms just killed 3 archers for free there. Was it 4? 4 archers died for not a lot of gain there. Needs to jump back in the town centre perhaps. Stable's in a bit of trouble. Can add the ranges. He's adding that second range. He's going to have archers. He's going to have crossbow timing here. And Dominicano will be feudal age for a while yet. He is knocking on the door though with these Champy. But the Saracens, 1,000 res collected. Extra. Down 7 vills at the moment. Only the 1 eco kill for the entire game. That was... I'm trying to remember where that was now. It was a bit earlier. And Dominicano's going to tap away at the stable. He's got the skirms there to not allow those archers to engage. So this stable should go down. It is actually open on this side. I don't know if Valchuk's aware that his base is open. But it is open. Bodkin coming in. Crossbow shouldn't be far behind either. And then after that, he'll be in a position where he can push these guys back. But for now, he needs to be patient. He needs to wait for those upgrades. He's got a massive timing advantage. He doesn't know what his timing advantage is, but we know that it's a good 3 minutes. Dominicano's yet to click. And there is the crossbow upgrade. Bodkin's in. An early uni and early ballistics could be very, very strong here. Dominicano clicks up now, but he is going to have to hold very, very valiantly for the next 2 to 3 minutes. I think the range is a great thing to take out now. This is the production. There is no other production here for skirms. And the Crossbow can take it down very quickly. Look at this. It's just disappearing. Crossbow taking out 60 a pop with how many there are. 60 HP a pop. And oh, double bit axe was never in. Yeah, down goes the range. Dominicano's in trouble. Dominicano is in a lot of trouble. And there is that uni. Uni, ballistics. Maybe Siege could have been prioritized first. Now I think about it in hindsight. Siege on the front. Just to really annoy these skirms. But then again, he does have the cav instead. So he's got the cav, which is okay. That'll also deter the skirmishers from engaging. Tap, tap, tap. Saracens, of course, the only civ that get knights but don't get cavalier. So you can make some knights in early Castle Age, but you're not really playing into them. They do get hussar. They do get hussar. Of course, their camels are very good. So if you're playing cavalry, that's likely the way. And of course, Mameluke. Look at those crossbow just taking down these buildings. And Valchuk's going to be able to push in. That is another blacksmith needed now, and a uni needed, and a settlement needed at the back. And oh boy, this is a big army here from Valchuk. He's able to keep these skirms out the way. These skirms can't get that last armor, and the horses are going to run in. The cav is going to run in. Is it going to deny the uni? It's not. Nice little quick walls. Quick walls, the last one. Nope. Doesn't need it. They run back towards that town center. There is a tower there. But the crossbow can just hang around, to be honest. They can't engage on the skirms, though. They got to back away from the skirms, but this is where an extra knight can come in. And oh boy, there's some problems underneath this base for our Inca player. Vils are going to start dying. You can see the Eco KD start to climb. And now he is able... Valchuk is able to stick around just outside. And there is that workshop that we were wanting earlier. There is that workshop. An elite skirm is being prepped. Elite skirm is being prepped? I'm surprised elite skirm is being prepped. There's a knight here. No ballistics yet. And a 4 on stone. Potential castle. Berries never got taken from Valchuk. He didn't bother. He was like, that's fine, you can wall that in. I don't need it. This barracks will drop. This barracks will go down. Down will go that. Those two champy, they don't survive any longer. Knight's going to open the gold up for Valchuk here. Yeah, he's in a great spot. He's in a great spot. He's down some Vils, but he's in a great spot. He's able to push the front. He's got the army. He's able to start taking out buildings. That is a siege workshop, not currently making anything. That'll drop super fast. The Inca are forced into more defensive towers, and it feels like, yeah, he's bought the rest of this castle. He can roll forward here, and he's going to drop it right on the face. There is absolutely no waiting here for Valchuk. He really, really wants this game number 1. And oh boy, skirms cop a big hit from the mangonels. There's a mangonel being prepped here. That goes down though. Dominicano's in trouble. Valchuk is on the front. He's going to send how many Vils forward? Oh my days, he's sending the entire population forward. We have got 27 villagers on the way forward now. And this castle will go up, but you cannot defend this. You can try a tower. That is not going to work. 27 Vils are here. Everything has to run. And this is a position that the Saracens will convert, I think. Look at the crossbow mass. It's there. The siege on the front. Buildings are dropping. Yes, Dominicano doesn't really care about the houses from a pop space perspective. But he has lost a bit of his farming eco. He's going to lose his only town centre. He's going to lose the map control. Look at these. The mining camps go down so that the gold and the stones can be taken. And this will be game number 1 to Valtürk. It just feels like a matter of time now. He just needs to convert this push. No Mameluke being produced, though. It's just about the position. Guard tower upgrade in now. Dominicano is going to struggle to hold this. He will have... Well... He's going to have 1 guard tower. No ballistics yet. The town center's going to drop here. And this game feels very, very finished. Once that town center goes down, Dominicano's going to be in a lot of trouble. And the skirms could get flattened here any moment. Guard tower's in, but it doesn't even go up. Nah, this game is done. This game is firmly, firmly finished. This is a win for Valtürk. This is strong. Strong opening from him in this set. He does lose the two mangonels though. And there is the first Mameluke. These guys will take bonus damage from skirms now. They didn't previously. So if we just have a look at that for a moment. Sorry about this. Mameluke +2. But I'm happy to go ×2. This is an attempted push here from Dominicano. He's trying to go out the base, but there's too much. I think there is too much. The scout cav. Are they scout cav or are they light cav? They are only scout cav. Dominicano's going to try and push. He does actually have a bit of a base back here now. No, he's maybe held. Nah, he's dived that TC. That's not going to work. That castle, sorry. Can't dive the castle. And another castle. Oh, my days. This is the game. This is the get out of my game castle. Oh, my gosh. Veal count on this one, 23. And the game is called Valtürk on the board first. And I do need to clean this up. This is a best of 5, not a best of 3. It's a best of 5. And Valtürk gets game number 1. Well done to him. No real aiming going on in that game. He had the faster crossbow timing. That castle age timing was an absolute killer. An absolute killer for Dominicano, the castle age timing from the Saracens. No real champy drush shenanigans from the Inca. Maybe they needed to play into that a little bit more. But it's game number 1. It's Valtürk's way. Well done to him. Alright, let's get this game number 2 underway. It is Valtürk with the Portuguese, Dominicano playing as the Magyars. And we are on Atacama, home map for Willix during the tournament. And Atacama has proven to be very, very open, and Magyars have been proven to be very, very good. That full feudal Magyar play, quite nice. Bases are very hard to close, very hard to get the walls in. And playing into the scouts fully, bloodlines, forging, armor, it works. It really, really works. Let's see if Dominicano can make that happen here. He's down a game. He did first pick this as his home map, even though he had Arabia as the home map during the tournament. He wanted Atacama really badly here. So he's taken that. Let's see what this can provide. Dark Age, we'll look to speed through it a little bit. You can see here that 2 players will just push some deer. We need to see where they go for their lumber camps. That's the next important thing here. And Dominicano hasn't decided on one just yet. I think he's just taking the stragglers until he can figure out where he wants to go. There are Javelina on this map, which mean there's a little bit less food to take. They've lost 40 food since their update. And he's just taking stragglers. Dominicano's just taking stragglers. He doesn't want any serious shenanigans here. And now it looks like he's going to go out on the map. And he is going to find himself. Where is he going? He is walking a long way away here. There we go. So you can see what he scouted. He wanted to get a nice little spot to find a lumber camp. And he has. I think there might be a plan to like wall like this. Interesting walls. He's going to wall. Unfortunately, he's walling the back here. I don't think he realizes that that's the back. He probably expects Valchuk to be there, not here. So that's interesting. As for the Portuguese, they have got their lumber camp first, then the mill. So there won't be any man-at-arms on this map, you would think. It looks like it's just going to be all about scouts, maybe archers. Hopefully scouts, you do want to play into the scouts, I think. And, oh boy. Valchuk sees the lumber camp now. Both players are going up with loom. Good. You should. And there's the first part of the wall for Dominicano. Hasn't actually finished off the walls on this side. Probably, yeah, he doesn't see it. Not that it matters, I said. That's the back. So he's not really going to get punished around that side. There's no barracks. Oh no, there's the barracks. And there's the stable. Okay. Ready to go. And it will be, sorry. Oh my gosh. That is a completely missed that one. I did not think the barracks was going to be up in time. It was. That is a dead vill. Dominicano caught out by it as much as I was. And he has to house wall in the vills that he does have on wood here. And he needs to get those scouts out quickly. There's a spearman out on the map. This wood line is walled in. I have been pranked here. I did not expect man-at-arms. Spearman gets in because it wasn't walled. Will the Spearman get a kill? No. 3 scouts versus 3 man-at-arms. I prefer the man-at-arms, I think. But how's the micro? Yeah, the scouts have to run. Dominicano does well to pull away there. Valchuk slightly housed. Very housed. And he wants to back this up with archers. Dominicano's back. He wants more. There is a spearman in there. He actually snipes the man-at-arms without losing any scout. Does lose HP, but doesn't lose the scout, which is quite good. And now there's this wall, which he's got to worry about over-chopping that tree. Dominicano's still probably going the wrong way around. No, he should see... Yeah, he knows where the wood line is. So it'll probably tell him that plan of attack should be more towards the west than the north. How open are these bases? Small walled, I think successfully. Berries are open. Wood line is closed. And on this side, berries are open. And the wood line is closed. And there's no one on gold yet. 7 tile gold to the front with no walls anywhere near it. How's the quick walls? How is the situation here? Any potential steal? Nope. No snipe on that Vill. Who's paying attention to their armies? Both players, of course. Archers are still in the base. In the range, sorry. They are not going anywhere just yet. 2 man-at-arms, spearman and a scout. They can see that it's now fully walled in here. A little egg wall around the wood line. Dominicano looking around. What kind of value can he get? He can actually get in on the berries now. The spearmen have been lured away. Archers are still at home. There is a palisade behind the barracks, but there's still a hole. There is still a hole behind that palisade wall. And unfortunately for Dominicano, he's fought the Spearman instead of fighting the Vils. He could have got so much damage in had he just gone in with the scouts at that moment. He did manage to clear up the army behind here at the same time, though. But that could have been more beneficial for Dominicano than what it was. And it is otherwise very, very... It's not too bad. He did get an eco kill somewhere. But now the army is in Valchuk's hands, and he takes a little bit of an ascendancy here. He can go forward. He can harass the woodline now. Dominicano without the map control. Just got to keep making scouts. More scouts, people. Brute force the scouts. And it's going to be a tower on the woodline here. And there's the armor for the Magyars. Of course, they have forging for free. Tower will go up. He's got a few on gold as well. Bloodlines may come in soon. He's going to try and hold on to what he's got. He's going to come around the back. Can he snipe a Vil back here? These are weak scouts, though. There's a market. Valchuk should get Castle Age first here. And this army can be a little bit of a nuisance on all these farmers. There's 21 farmers. But they are exposed. And they have got no army to protect them. 2 scouts die here. There's 7 scouts are somewhere on the map for Dominicano. And Valchuk is going to have Castle Age first. And Dominicano is going to be in a little bit of strife. 12 archers. These scouts can't engage, I don't think. There is fletching in. The scouts can't engage. These Vils are running. Jaguar there. Chasing a Vil down. I think a Vil might die here. Nope. Oh no, of course. Magyar bonus. Defeat wolves with 1 strike. Portuguese are going to get a nice little upgrade on their timing here. Oh no, but the archers are going to be fought now. And can Dominicano take this down? Because very least he's going to thin out the archer numbers before Castle Age. He's getting armor on his archer. Oh god, my casting is all over the place. He's getting armor on the spearman. Tower behind the woodline I like. It will deny a lot of this woodline without being in range of the pre-built Magyar tower. Scouts are going to try and run in, thin out the archer numbers a little bit more. They can even fight that spearman too. Dominicano is still feudal age, full feudal age, plus 11 Vils at the moment. And yeah, this tower's annoying. There's 2 Vils in there. You probably even chuck some of the archers in there for the time being. And, oh boy. Dominicano doesn't really realize it at the moment. He is actually out on a woodline a long way away. That's where these Vils ran to. And he is in on the woodline of Valchuk, though. I've completely missed this one. Hold up. The woodline is gone. And Dominicano is going to get some kills and some massive idle time. Valchuk's up, but for what and with what is coming? He's got 11 archers with crossbow, with bodkin, but no crossbow in. There are just a lot of scouts, and this is what we talked about at the start of the game. You can go full feudal scouts, and you can get some serious damage here. Just all in scouts. Nothing but scouts. And you can try to brute force your way through some of these skirms, through some archers. He's going to try and take down the vills that are on this stone. And he's adding a market now and another stable. He wants to keep going. Dominicano wants to keep going. He's got 20 vill advantage here. There are towers around his woodline. I feel like he might need to put some time into cleaning that up. But otherwise, he is in a great spot. He's idled so much. There's 28 vills. The vills are dying. Valtsyuk is in the castle age, but for what? What can he do with it? There's scouts everywhere. Fully upgraded Magyar scouts. Well, at least feudal age Magyar scouts. And they are everywhere. And these guys, these vills are in trouble. They need to find a way back to the town center. You just need to keep on going. You can't stop. You can't stop. You have to keep making army here. Dominicano is going to drop a tower on the woodline to the east. But he has got scouts everywhere. He is not clicking up. He has seen the way that Willix has played this map and he has said, I want this. This is the way. And it is all out aggression. He is fighting spearmen. He does not care. 24 villagers now. And Valtsyuk must be wondering, how has this happened to me? I have castle age. 23 vills. The vills are just dying. There's just scouts everywhere. And believe it or not, Dominicano has nearly full-walled this. He's getting double bit axe now, which is brilliant. And he has absolutely obliterated this, and he is going to level this up. This is going to be 1-all. Valtsyuk can get pikemen, but he has got nothing. He has got absolutely nothing. Valtsyuk just needs to... Well, he's got crossbow now. Dominicano needs to clean these guys up. He's still going with these 2 vills and towers. Dominicano needs to clean up this army. 24 vills, by the way. Woodline is in. Again, it's been broken. More deaths. He is diving the TCs now. 19 villagers. This is over. This is over. I can ×2 this now. Yes, Dominicano's lost a few of his scouts in the process, but 18 vills to 55. There is no way that this can be brought back. This will not be brought back. I am confident that this will not be brought back. I think Dominicano is going to start thinking about Castle Age now, though. Yeah. Now is a good time to think about it. The archers, they're actually in for the moment, but I still very much worry about the situation for Valtsyuk here. He has managed to idle this. It's a lot of wood that's gone idle. But as long as Dominicano has his farmers, he will have scout numbers and he will have an army. Good, well-placed tower here, protecting his gold so he can actually play knights. And of course, he's got this sneaky Vil wood army. It's quite nice, and he's going to try and take out this tower. Yeah, not against that. Lots of pikemen, though. So, like halftime, and he's going to wall this in now, is Valtsyuk. He's going to keep himself alive there, but 29 vills to 54. He's done well to actually get some vills back. Siege workshop time. Does he still not realize? He doesn't know it's open, but he hasn't done anything about it yet. And look at this. We're back. We're back here. This wood line is now just open. He's going to try and drop a town center as Valtsyuk. And he's in. Oh, the scouts are in underneath the TC again anyway. The scouts are under the TC. And more vills will die. And Dominicano's position is good. He's getting the next armor upgrade in now. Of course, he gets the gets iron casting for free. This position's really, really good. You can see now. He'll probably try to add a TC somewhere in here as well at some point. But this is going to be hard for Valchuk from this position. He's got this army, and that's about it. But he can't engage now with the Mangonel here. Dominicano has gone the Magyar way. He's embraced the openness. And he's just going to keep running in. "27 Vills and the scouts again. They just run underneath this town center. It's very nice indeed. And again, running underneath. Oh, this is over. This is over. This is over. This is done. It's done. It's a win. Dominicano is going to level this series up. He's even preparing some skirms now. And feels like one big hit from a Mangonel. And Valchuk will tap out. He's down to 19 villagers. A big hit. Good micro. He holds on, but the Vil count. The Vil count is a disaster. Dominicano levels the series at 1 apiece. The full scouts on Atacama get the job done again. Willux showed us the way, and Dominicano promptly obliges and says, you know what, I'm going to go and do this as well. Job done. Check it out. Eco. The raids on the Eco. Valchuk could just never get the Vil count up. And Dominicano will level this series at 1 apiece. Alright, it's been over 24 hours since I started this set. But now we'll continue it. Continue the Rex. Dominicano having just one on Atacama now. He's here on 4 Lakes. Iron Chef, hello. Welcome along. Hope you're doing well. And we've got 4 Lakes. We've got Byzantines and Lithuanians. 2 very common civs on this map. However, I will say Byzantines probably less popular now, or will be less popular now with the water rework, because one of their best bonuses relates to the fire ships. And, well, I feel like they have been replaced by hulks in the little water. Certainly, what 4 Lakes is, little water. So, yeah, Byzantine bonus probably isn't quite there yet. Interestingly, we should see some civs come in with some actual Hulk-related bonuses, right? I feel like that's coming, right? Like line of sight bonuses or attack speed, and there's a few other things that will be in there as well, right? That you see with galleys and fires and drummers, cannon galleys. Like there's so many. Ooh, one Vil goes for a bit of a longer walk. But yeah, there's, with a completely new ship line, there's so many civs that could get bonuses related to those ships, potentially. I wonder what those will be. Of course, yeah, there's Magyars and Khitans that kind of get their own bonuses in a way, but not the not purely Hulk-related bonuses. I'm intrigued to see how that plays out in future patches. At the moment, though, we're just seeing some deer being pushed in. Both players staying at home. No laming. Of course, we're at 1-1. Need 3 wins. Best of 5. That's what you're after. Seeing the docks come down now. Lithuanians start with the extra food. This is Valchuk's home map, and it has been his home map throughout the entire tournament. Certainly expecting a little bit of a good performance from him here. Seeing the first boar come in now. 5 on wood, which is what you expect. And 5 from Dominicano as well. He's already brought in boar number 1. Hasn't continued with the deer pushing. Just getting the scouting in at the moment. Can see a fair bit of the map around him. Has a wood line here that's not the greatest in terms of size, but it's not awful positioning for the future. Perhaps a TC finds itself there. Otherwise, the expansion is hard to know. I guess it could be here for another town centre, potentially. 2 forward stones, not great for the Byzantines regarding any potential cataphract or castle play, but the golds being at the back is really nice, and that's what you'd prefer. If you had to pick between stone or gold at the back, you'd probably take gold at the back. Meanwhile, Valtsyuk he's got a safe stone, and he doesn't quite have the safest of golds, but should be able to make it work. I do notice, yeah, this map, the DE4 Lakes, you get that one wood line really close. Finding your second wood line, very hard sometimes. It can be quite a walk. I'm not a big fan of that, but it certainly makes these bases very open. Lots of walling required. What are we going to have regarding up times here? Valtsyuk will be up 19 plus loom. Very nice. Dominicano will have the food here. Yep, he'll have the food here to go 20 plus loom. And is adding an extra fishing ship. And then we should see them get into the action. Just go a little bit quicker here, just whilst we're waiting. It's just going to be 3 fishing ships from our Lithuanian. Both players will scout around. Might need to see a little bit on gold. Yeah, Valtsyuk's going to gold. Dominicano is not, and he is in fact walling a fair bit heavier. Looks to have stolen a cow as well, has Dominicano, which is quite nice. He's going for mega walls. Those are some massive walls out the sides here. And there could be a Vil that gets sniped as a result. They are very much on their own, and here we go. How good are the quick walls? He's got the quick wall in. How nice is that? Holds on to that Vil, but does Valtsyuk realize there is another Vil? Not at the moment. So Dominicano wants to make sure he is safe from the sneak. He's got a fishing ship out the side to keep an eye on things. And now Vil has to quick wall in. Valtsyuk realizes he can't go that way. And there is another Vil there. That scout will have to leave. The Omega walls will be in. Dominicano will have access to gold safely. Hasn't gone to his berries. Probably isn't going to bother. He's just going to go 1 dock, all in fish. Has not gone to a second dock just yet. Oh, here we go. Valtsyuk does find the Vil, and this should be a kill regarding awesome quick walls. And Vil will go down. First kill of the game. Dominicano's got a bunch of idle time too, so we see the Vil count being 23 to 25. Oh no, as I speak, Valtsyuk has a bit of idle time. It's unfortunate, but yes, Dominicano is going heavy on the fish, so he's more than made up for the fact that he is down a couple of Vils. Attack this wall. Heavy on the berries, but here come the archers. They have fletching. Some of these guys are going to have to run. Valtsyuk aware of the scouts. Spearman goes down. Shuggle, hello. Good morning to you. And yes, it firmly is. Just after 7:30 here in Melbourne. If we have a look down the south, we can see these archers are doing well. But yeah, down here, there is a dock, and Valtsyuk has not picked up on it. He had the galley, but didn't see it. So now, there can be ships created. Dominicano, 7 fishing ships. Can get a Vil coming back soon if he deletes that wall. As we're going to see this palisade maybe get taken down, maybe not. Dominicano's close to clicking up. Feels idle, though. So opening with a fire, which is okay. I think you can open one fire, but then after that, you need to go hulks. One fire, I think they do a better job of taking down fishing ships. I don't know. I haven't actually done the comparison yet. They obviously do a great job of taking down this galley. So I don't mind going one fire, but after that, it needs to be hulks, or else you're just going to get beaten. Bunch of archers here. Dominicano is actually adding fletching now, which I'm surprised by, given he was so close to Castle Age. I'm surprised at the decision to go with that instead of just hoping that your few skirms will be okay and the archers choose to not dive. The archers firmly can dive. There is no one underneath the town centre at the moment. If these archers choose to dive, this wood line's a disaster. This would be game over. If Valchuk dove... Oh, the Vils are going to come back to the town centre. This is awkward for Dominicano. Holy... He's going to dive. The archers need to go straight through. They need to get out of range of this TC. How many go down? It felt like they almost had ballistics there. But this is going to be hard now. There are a couple of skirms, but yeah, this is a problem for Dominicano's. Valchuk is through. And look at this. This eco is so idle. 25% idle TC, idle eco time last minute. It's a disaster. And these archers can hang around out the back of the base. Valchuk's on the dock at the top. He's going to have the hulks here so he can defend. He lost one fishing ship here, but otherwise he's okay. And he can go be annoying on the dock that's here now. He's got more army across the top, and it looks like he should even win the race to Castle Age. So Dominicano going with fletching and armor. Probably a good thing now that we see these archers in the back. Valchuk will be able to click very soon. Next villager should be up. And a sniper snipes a vill as well. That's nice. That's very nice. And he is in a very nice position here. He's adding another one. He shouldn't need to, doesn't. Or he'll go up after it. This is good. This is a good position for the player who is used to the map. He's thwarted this situation here. You can add some fish on this side. Maybe find another wood line somewhere. I mean, this is a nice one. And I guess he could just add another lumber camp here or something. So it's not too bad. Add some fish, get the armor, go knights. One stable knights and a monastery behind it. And then look to expand. Maybe a town center on the front could be good in this position as well. Just give you a little bit of... yeah, it could work. Access to that could be nice. Alternatively, it's an expansion out to a wood line. Maybe that could be seen as more pressing. Or out the back on the stone could also be nice, given the other one's a little bit exposed. But Valchuk's in a great spot. He's going to have a massive advantage to Castle Age. This is huge. He can start adding the fish again. He definitely needs to go to wood. I think that's firmly what he needs, because he's going to have two docks, two ponds. And he's ready with a galley here. Hopefully, for his sake, he can stop this villager getting their dock down. But the timing on these knights will be quite strong. Forging, armor, bloodlines, all in, all ready to go. And is it deja vu regarding the docks? Valchuk needs to see this. He needs to see this. And I think it might be too late now. I think there's going to be another dock coming up. Yeah, he's not going to spot it. The dock will indeed go up again. And Dominicano, he needs to realize again, he's got to add these hulks. And if he actually wants to fight this, he needs to make a little bit more army on water. But he's going to have some problems on land as well. It's going to be double stable. This feudal age army is not going to be upgraded at the moment. Valsiuk's position is quite nice. He doesn't actually have the worker lead. These fishing ships are not being super efficient. They could go out to a few other spots. This is a nice spot. He's got double stable, so he really needs to try and work his way through here. These knights are firmly there. They are being produced. Crapsicle, hello. And we're seeing double bit axe as well. Yeah, Dominicano a bit late to that, and unfortunately for Valsiuk, he's going to have to fight these hulks off. Crapsicle, I think that is a good call. I did briefly mention it before as well. It is a great call though. I start to feel that same idea, or at least on these types of water where the hulks do replace the fires. There's still a place for fire ships in large water. In fact, there's probably more of a place for fire ships than there used to be on larger water maps. But on these small ones, this Byzantine bonus is not good. It's not relevant because you're playing hulks. So Valsiuk holds. He's going to be able to add more fish back here. Dominicano's up. Remember, he doesn't have access to his stones. They're both outside his walls, and there's a lot of knights here. One thing I am surprised by from Valsiuk's perspective is, one, the lack of knight production, given there is some gold there. And two, the lack of urgency on the relics. We saw the second stable come down. I thought we might see the monastery before the second stable, so that the relics could get picked up. And given the advantage to Castle Age was so great, he had a lot of time. If you have a look at that again, 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes extra, and has not been able to grab any relics yet. Dominicano will see that stone is being mined as well. We're going to see a town center out the front, and we can see it is the wood line that's prioritized. Expanding is important, so I do like that he hasn't just added a town center here or here. The expansion is important. You do run dry quite quickly because you do end up spending your res quite fast, especially if you're fighting on water. But yeah, Dominicano's added docks that hasn't really fought it either time. He's just added the dock and forced the investment from Valsiuk, but hasn't really come to much more. Has got the Cav Archer numbers. Doesn't have Bodkin yet. Perhaps Husbandry could be used here for the Lithuanian player to try and catch those guys a little bit. It's not in yet, and it is in for Dominicano, who will be able to hit and run quite nicely. He can't dive with skirms, though. They are feudal age skirms. They're not yet upgraded, but they'll go down. Jules can go back to work here. Still got the dock situation. Still got an archer that's just idle out there. Worker count, 2. Remember, it's 2 town centers to 1. We're going to add a third dock. But the Cav Archers are going to try and raid. And the only monastery so far is from the Byzantines. Then there are monks out. That is a monk that is getting very, very ambitious. Does know where that relic is. Go grab this. Maybe could yank this relic without the hulks getting involved. Will be close. Knights and skirms doing a bit of damage, but Valsiuk's got the army count. I feel. Oh, hang on. Dominicano's got the kills in on the Vils on stone, and Valsiuk is going to be stopped at 635 stone and 8 villagers. 10 villagers. It's going to keep going. Disaster here for the Lithuanian player. Oh, there are so many kills. Dominicano, this feels like a swing. A massive, massive swing in this game. As he takes out 20 villagers with the 9 Cav Archers. They just run around the back. And Valsiuk did not see it at all. Did not see it. And now we're seeing more Cav Archers come forward, and they are going to be annoying to this forward town centre. And Valsiuk's in a little bit of trouble now. He's down 10 workers. Dominicano's going to add a town centre at the back. for himself to go to a second. We're going to see a tower come up near the stone, which is not great. There you go. Monk yanks the relic. I think there's another one. No, so there's a relic there and there. And the monk actually gets a conversion first. He's going to go back towards that relic now. Valkyuk's got the army mass. He's got 29 army units. Oh, I guess actually some of them are on water, so he doesn't really have that great a mass on land. And now we're seeing the camels. I was surprised it was a cav archer opening, not a camel opening. Now we're going to see the camels get mixed in for the Byzantines, given they are cheaper. Let's see what this brings. Things kind of quietened down a little bit. But Valchuk has certainly not taken advantage of that 3.5 minute earlier castle age. It's closing up on workers a little bit. It's 3 TCs now, but 14 fishing ships to 8. And now we're going to see that castle come down, and that'll be Lechai. Lechai, which will get spotted, but then there's enough knights and skirms here to drag this away to make sure this isn't denied. Enough of an army. May have to sacrifice some of the army. And, I don't know about that from Dominicano. He did get that TC out on the front, so he was able to drop a castle, but he knows there's a castle here. And, yeah, he backs out of that. He backs out of that. I think just dropping a castle at the front is a good spot. Protect your second stone. Not the worst. He did walk forward a little bit. Bit of idle time with the walking. But he certainly found himself back in the game. Which, I thought he was dead. I thought he was in a position which Valchuk was going to be able to take control of. But he hasn't been able to. Now we're seeing the mass outposts. Need the monks. Valchuk just doesn't have the wood. Has not had the wood to drop a monastery. And then the monks. Hasn't prioritized it. It's probably the better way to put it. Leopard, Finchy, hello, welcome. Welcome along. 80 stream streak for Finchy. So I think Rapunzet and I were talking before because she's obviously got a few more than you do, but it was a point where the two of you were quite close in the streams. In the stream streak. I think what happens is if you do miss one and you get a chance... you get a chance to save it or something, but saving it doesn't add to it. Yeah. So when you miss the stream and you can watch a clip or watch the VOD or something, yeah, you don't actually add. It doesn't actually count as watching the stream, but you just keep the streak alive. So that might be why it's now a gap of 10, 90. As we see the Cav Archers around the back. And you'll never catch up, Finchy, by the way, because I only stream when she's available. So otherwise, it doesn't happen. Alright, what have we got going around here? Dominicano's got a Vil lead, 83 to 66. Valchuk does have Imp queued up. And that will be handy. Although, there's weak knights. They were just left alone in the wrong spot. Seeing another town centre, which I don't mind, but I still see the problem being the relics. The Lithuanians are not going to have the relics here. Dominicano's going to yank the one that was out here. And there was one here as well. I think he's taking that back too. He's still got the one here that he's lost because the galley got a hold of it. I think he's actually going to have all 5 relics. I can't find one. There is one somewhere that I am not aware of at the moment. 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's right here. Right there. underneath the castle. Well, I don't think Dominicano's getting that one. If he manages to get that, well done. Byzantine castle on a hill now, as he's got imp as well a minute later, but that's much better than the castle age timing. So I feel like as the Byzantines get to this stage of the game, the Lithuanians haven't got their camels, haven't got their relics for the late Shire. Therefore, the camels, I think they're going to be quite strong. The Lithuanian late game definitely has got a reliance on horses, right? Hand cannoneers are nice, and they're good. They've got hand cannoneers. Their trash is actually kind of handy as well if you go late game. Post-imp. Post-res game. But whilst camels can be made, Byzantines are good. Byzantines have 2 castles, and this one on a hill, it won't get denied. It will get found too late. Yeah, and blue's got the Vil count. Valchuk does have the fish. A few more fish, but that's not going to be the smoothest eco. He does have it for a fair while, though. He's on all the ponds, so he's not going to have to be... He's not forced into fish traps just yet. Although, it's not the worst. If he gets, 10 seconds, maybe just add 3 fish traps now whilst he's got the time. Like, whenever you find a time and you want a map like this, just convert a couple into fish traps. That way you don't have to worry about it later when it runs out and you got more crap going on. He's going to dive with knights. These are not cavalier. These are not actually being produced. Despite armor. Armor's coming in, but the knights aren't being produced at the moment. Chemistry's here as well. He's got a lot of skirms. I'm intrigued to know what the plan is, and that's a bit sloppy from Dominicano, losing those cav archers. He knew the castle was here for a while. Nubis, hello, and in with the prime as well. All the names, everyone's here today. This is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I've been away for the last couple of weeks. I haven't streamed a lot. And it's great to see that as soon as I kind of come back, you're all still here. I'm really, really grateful. And back in with the prime too. You get to throw in the dodger mode yet for when I get dodged. I'm sure I'll get dodged many times when I play 1v1s. We'll get back into that. That's for sure. Not tonight. I want to get through these AoE League sets. It's closing in on 3 weeks since they played them. So that's certainly the priority before we do anything else. I haven't even looked to see what won the voting for the next rotation for 1v1s and team games. I think Stonewall's now from Dominicano. He does have 4 relics, so I don't hate it. We're seeing 3 trebs come forward, which is good. The Byzantines can make bombard cannons. Lithuanians can as well. We might see some bombard cannons come out, but 6,700 HP on these castles. It should take a while for them to go down, and holy trash. That is a lot of trash. Doesn't have tower shields, though. Tower shields would be handy in these fights. It's going to be fully upgraded, at least fully defended, regarding armor and armor on both halbs and skirms. A sad couple of weeks. It was certainly a couple of weeks where I felt like I needed to get back into this. It was quiet. It was certainly a quiet couple of weeks. Got my voice back. Castle goes down, but there's still another one here, and of course that one on a hill is going to be very hard to get rid of. Cav archers raiding, more deaths, eco units going down everywhere for Vouch. It does have over 100 vills. Dominicano's actually just going to try and take down this castle. How many vills? 11 vills, 1 treb now, so he should hang on as long as he's got stone to repair. Treb will drop. We should see this transition into some bombard cannons, but I love the camels here. The camels don't allow the cav for the Lithuanians. And the Byzantines feel like they're in a good spot. It feels like he's going to be able to push this back as time goes on. He's adding more stables. He's got plenty of wood to be able to add more and more production buildings. Chemistry's coming in, then bombard cannons could get into this. Yeah, Dominicano certainly pushed this one back and pushed this firmly in his favor. Even though the score doesn't say so, this is a game that feels like it's in his control now. It's one of those things where when you're down on score, you don't realize, you might not realize some of the positions and exactly how good it is. But he is walled up, stonewalled as well, importantly. So he should be safe from raids. 1, that's a big tick. 2, expansion, castles on hills, which is really nice. 3, relics. 4 relics to 0. I think that's what, if Valchuk does end up losing this game, I think that's what he looks back on and goes, I had 3.5 minutes in Castle Age. I made a second stable. Didn't really make the knights out of them. Didn't make a monastery at all. Like, this monastery's come up so late, and 3.5 minutes. The relics could have all been in by then. Both players now want to TC the gold out here. As I said before, expansion as this game goes on, so important. You can see there's a bit of vision. Valchuk will see everything around his half of the map. Dominicano the same. There's no surprises in their area at all. We're seeing the bombard cannons now from Dominicano's first one to the bombard cannons, despite being second to chemistry. And that's quite nice. I wonder if we see cataphracts from the Byzantines. And the skirms are probably good enough, but I don't mind. Always, you know, partial to a bit of cataphract spam if you can. Fun unit, especially if you can get the full upgrades. They are expensive to upgrade into. Skirms will tickle this knight. Again, it's only knights. It's trash. It's just full trash from Valchuk. He's got 3k gold to play with. It's full trash, and tower shields never came in. I guess it can. Still can. There's still a castle. The trebs will drop. Base is more open. The base is a lot more open, and now this army feels like it's going to be able to overrun. Dominicano spending the res. So he's got a 1k more res collected, but a lot less on hand. Seeing iron casting now. It's going to be light cav. Light cav are just going to get taken down by these camels. And the vision. Dominicano's vision with the houses here. Byzantine vision. The Freetown Patrol. Of course, the Lithuanians don't have to research it, and they haven't. He gets to see everything down here, and these guys are actually killing a lot more than what Valchuk would want. He's got to think about the front as well, but they're going to take down 8 villages, which is quite handy. An expansion here. Oh, this town center never went up. He's going to try and go back to it. I don't think... Is he going to try and... Is he going to try and take this down and, like, it's essentially a douche at this point. But you're taking down a town center that's got 1,000 more HP than you do. As Dominicano's in the back, and we're now seeing man-at-arms and cavalier. It just feels like Valchuk's in a position where he just doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. The killer blow, and Dominicano's thinking about it, the killer blow would be getting back on water, although I feel like this tower might be more for the gold than the water. I think he's trying to douche this. But the Vils died. The Vils built it. I reckon the Vils died. And now we see the score switch. And I feel like we're about to see the game get called. More stables. Or more units. Dominicano's pretty much at 200 pop, so he should keep fighting. He should try and run in. He can also go for a few other things. He is out of gold, though. So he does need to take this down, and then he can get back to work. He can get back onto the gold there. He's out of stone. He's got gold back here, too, and that's the difference, right? I mean, this castle and these stone walls have protected a lot because it hasn't allowed Valchuk to come around this way. Yes, he's got access to, or he had access to gold back here. This stone is in the middle and it's about to get attacked, you would feel. Seeing two-handed swords and handcarts, but now, if you are the Byzantines, it's on the back pond. Yeah, so he got back to this one really early. Yeah, he got here really early and took that, which is pretty much his only way back in. We got Nessie here, we got Nick Stirs here. Holy, I said everyone was here, and now everyone actually is here. Wowee, we're all in here. We got two-handed swords, and I feel like as soon as Dominicano sees this, he's going to see cataphracts and go, yeah, that's my time for cataphracts. We won't even need to fully upgrade them. Thank you, Nessie. It's good to be back. Took the week off was largely because of the AFL season starting. Just, you know, spend some time preparing for that. I play way too much fantasy football to allow last week to be anything other than that. But now that's underway, which means we can get back to the Age of Empires and get that balance back. And it's going to be a win here for Dominicano. It's just a matter of when. He is raiding. Valchuk's down to 85 eco units, 68 villagers. We've got light. I'm surprised it's light cav. We could obviously go for Hussar here. That might be thought about soon. And we're selling, fixing up the units. Hand cannoneers now. Yeah, Dominicano's got this. I feel good about going to +2 speed here until this is ended. Because this is firmly done. He's even picked up that 5th relic. He took down the castle. He's picked up the 5th relic. He's loading up the hand cannoneers as well. And Valchuk will tap out. Dominicano goes 2-1 up. And what was a slow start for him, Valchuk certainly showed in the opening and the early game why this was his home map. But then as the mid-game approached, he struggled to take advantage of the timings. And allowed Dominicano back into the game, and he took full advantage, and by the end, he's just got the better civ at this stage of the game. Don't know what the Lithuanians can do. When you're so reliant on the cav, and your opponent can make cheap camels like that, it makes it very hard. And then, I mean, Byzantines in general are quite hard to stop at this stage of a game, just because they've got an answer for everything, and if they have the relics and they can add in the cataphracts as well, or of course the hand cannoneers, then they firmly are very, very hard to stop. Alright, it is match point for Dominicano to try and get into the final of the castle bracket, castle semi-final 1. We've watched semi-final 2 already, so you'll know who's in the final already for that. We've got Vulpine here. Trade Workshop in the middle. Relics around it. Trade Workshop will provide wood, food, and gold if you get access to it, but you have to cut through. You have got rocky terrain, which means that the mule cart civs are always quite nice. As a result, they've been quite popular on this map. The other one that's been used a bit, and it was drafted, so I'm surprised it's not here for Valchuk, is the Khmer, because the Khmer are the only ones that can cut it in Castle Age with the unique unit. So if you do play towards an early castle, you can make one ballista elephant, cut through, stone wall behind, and vibe back here nicely. It's also all visible. So if either player wishes to cut through, the other will be aware that they are trying to. So that's where we're at. And of course, reminder, yeah, we're watching Rex. For those who don't know or don't see it, when you load up Capture Age, what you can do is quickly zoom through the game and then save it. And you save it as a Capture Age DE format, which means that you get to play it on any patch. So regardless of what happens to the patch in the future, and Age of Empires, you will always have access on Capture Age to watch said game. Which is what I've done for the rest of AoE Leagues, because I knew there was a patch coming up. I was like, I don't want to be caught out by this. So, gone through and grabbed all the wrecks. So, we're all good to go. We've got no issues whatsoever. Doesn't mean the streamer does know the results. No comment. Of course, I do have Rapunzel partner in crime, so it's always... She does help out with a lot of things to make sure I avoid spoilers. So very possible that that may have been the case here as well. Then I get drip-fed the wrecks as they come through. So, Berbers, Malians. What do you want to see from the two civs here? How do the two civs match up? How do the two civs match up here against each other? We've got certainly a cav civ. Naval part's not going to be very useful on this map. Strong cavalry civ with faster working stables. No, sorry, cheaper stables with the light cav, knights, and camels if required. I'm all over the place. This is what happens when I take time off streaming. My rhythm is completely thrown. Also good with Genitors if you come up against crossbow, Malians. You do see them play archers every now and then. Of course, they do have a nice, unique unit with the Gebetto if they can play to it. They've also got their own camels, which do get +5 attack. Their light cav and their cavalier also get access to that. University's working faster, handy as well. They've got a decent enough navy, but you're not going to see that here either. Infantry, strong, right? So barracks units having extra pierce armor, that means they do better against archers and things like that. So Berbers that might want to go for their cav archers or their camel archers, they will struggle. So we might not be seeing those in this matchup. But we should be seeing horses of some description. I'd be surprised if we didn't see them. So yes, lots of interesting stuff here. I would think, and on cue, we do see this barracks. I was going to say, I think we see a man-at-arms rush, and the barracks is up early enough to allow for that. And the first militia is being queued. Because it's so hard to wall, I like that scout play. I think Magyars are quite good on this map. We have already seen Dominicano get a win on Atacama, which was very open. Technically wallable, but if you try to full wall on that map, you're just going to not make units and you're going to die. So, yeah, this one you can't really full wall at all. So the units, that's the reason for like the Khmer as well is the farming, right? The farming's handy with the Khmer because you can't... It's very hard to place farms. If you've played any maps, any games on this map during the Red Bull couple of weeks, you would have found that out. Of course, you start with a bit of a wackier base, but during Empire Wars, you're trying to place farms, and you're just like, I can't place a farm anywhere. It's very, very annoying. As Dominicano will be first up. Where are these militia? Have they been... I feel like they have gone through unspotted. But I'm not sure what damage they're going to get done. Stable gets delayed a little bit there. A little bit of a knock from the Malian scout. And here we go. He's going to try and sneak around the side. It's not going to work, though. And Scout will go down for Valtsyuk. And this Vil might actually go... This Vil might go down. This Vil might go down because he got lost. So the Scout goes down here for Valtsyuk, but he should be able to... He's got a free villager. How's the Vil going to go? Okay, how good's the walling? How good is it? It's pretty... Not good. Not good. It was good, but now it's not good. It's a problem, and the Vil goes down. He gets his revenge. So it's going to be Scouts for Dominicano. Expected. Opening here. Yeah, not being able to full wall makes it very annoying. Oh, he might be in here. Is Valtsyuk. How good? Yeah, wall's getting in time. Good enough. Good enough. It's a bit sloppy there. Dominicano losing a villager. Both players with a bit of idle TC time as well as that happened. But Scouts against these man-at-arms might struggle, so Dominicano's just going to go forward, and he's going to run into a small wall. I think that's a nice way to wall. You may be forced into a tower. Well, actually, you probably shouldn't. Not against scouts. You're probably not forced into a tower. But otherwise, it's quite nice here. Man-at-arms. Oh, they should steal another villager here. That's, again, it feels a little bit sloppy, that one. That should be another dead vill. And it will be. And the spears here for the Malians. Maybe Dominicano feeling the pressure of being up 2-1. So once these last few sets are done, I'm going to need to think of I'm going to need a new little hobby, I guess. Hobby? Task? Need something else to cast. We're obviously going to have our own games. Have my own games to go through. But going to need to find a tournament some way to cast a fair bit of. It's been fun. I've kind of gone from my own tournament, as the man-at-arms go down, gone from my own tournament at the back end of last year, pretty much straight into AoE Leagues. And this is coming to a close, so I'm going to need something else to fill up the streaming time. Of course, the playing will still be around. I know people enjoy my gameplay, especially because I win a lot off stream, which means they see me lose on stream, so that's always good for the viewership. That scout kind of got thrown away. But yeah, we're going to need to find something else to cast. Of course, casting the odd games and casting Aussies on the ladder, always nice. Condor. There. That's always good. But the official, tournament play. There's plenty of tournaments around. I'm sure there'll be something that shows up. This is heavily countered by skirmishers, this army here, and Dominicano's going to switch into that now, as Valchuk needs to realize he does not want to run under this. He is still going to run under this and lose nothing. Yeah, panic now. Certainly some panic now. How the walls... Oh, these two guys. Are they going to get a kill? They're going to get another kill. They've already got one eco kill. They're going to steal an eco unit here. They're going to not steal an eco unit here. And a bit sloppy from Valchuk under this, where he could have just walked the whole way around. But now there's skirms. Skirms, especially at these numbers, push this away. And these guys are actually now trapped. He's double range here. These guys are firmly trapped. Stealing the gold. Stealing the gold. But yeah, they're about to go down. Skirms will do the job. Archers will disappear. Scout running around. And we got a raid from Trollermeister. I realise I turned off the alert box. There we go. It's just... Oh, look at that. Perfect timing. Remembering to turn that back on. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Hopefully your stream went well. Winning some games. As we are watching some Recs from AoE Leagues. Recently concluded Division C. So these players 1600 to 1800. So slightly better than myself. And I've been casting all of the tournament. We've got a few Recs here to get through. They are from the last patch, but we're all ready for those to be able to watch these in full. And yeah, we're having some fun. Casted the whole of Division C, so we have not missed a single set, which is impressive. We've got 3 more sets after this. Everything that has been casted is also on YouTube. I don't know what the exact count is of sets, because there was a player that withdrew, so I'd have to do the maths in my... I'm going to have to actually count them. But, yeah, I've done everything so far, and there's a couple more to go. So, the way this works, it's 2 groups of 6. 2 groups of 6, and then the finals are top 2, middle 2, bottom 2 go into Imperial, Castle, and Feudal brackets for finals, and then everyone gets ranked 1st through 12th. And that means this being a semi-final, these guys finish 3rd and 4th in the group, in their respective groups, playing each other now. So we've got the final and the 3rd place final for Castle, and then the Feudal Age final as well to come. I was not in the tourney, Trollmeister. I just wanted to cast it. I didn't play it, so I would have been, I guess, Division D at the time. Probably would have been Div C if I had signed up, or like if it started again now. But I didn't sign up. I was firmly playing, firmly wanting to cast. Just put all the energy into that, which is good fun. You can see my rank there. Yeah, I haven't played a lot of 1v1s lately. It's been a couple, but which is unfortunate because Mediterranean's a good map. And it's one that I would have liked to have played a lot of. But I haven't. And of course, Northern Isles is there. I didn't even get a game on Northern Isles in the end. But yeah, it's been a bit of a quieter period the last couple of weeks. Seeing these skirms get completely overrun. But Dominicano will be up first with a decent advantage. Decent timing advantage. Valchuk is going to be up now, but 2 minutes behind. Yeah, Fish and Tofu. It is a crazy map. The walls. I love seeing how everyone that plays it tries to wall. They all try. I feel like you just need to embrace the fact that you can't. Of course, you know, small walls. You need to still be like. I like this. I haven't seen this one before, which is quite good. But yeah, the farms are just always so open. It's very hard to get that in. Like even this, right? Dominicano's actually done quite well because he's not just walled, like, of course you can't wall the rocky terrain. He's not just walled around the outside, but he's also walled to the TC, so it's just that choke point, right? That's open. Play this like mud flow, army forward. Yeah, opponent fight on your terms. Yeah, that's a good point. Yep. Yes, indeed. And what I have been playing recently, so mentioned Mudflow, there has been within the Aussie community, we've had a little divisions tournament, little 6 weeks of matches, best of 3s, and they've been played on the TTL sets, TTL maps. So I have had a little bit of an exposure to Mudflow. That was one. You'll see that in an upcoming. It will just be on YouTube. That one. But as I don't cast my point of view, but I will review the sets and watch them back. So the first 5 are already on YouTube as well. So it's just different TTL maps, but you get to see essentially a 1500 go about it instead of a 2500. TTL's been good fun as well. We've seen Knights come in from the Malians, actually. Cav Archers from Dominicano is his opening here. Kados wants to see Fateria. Well, you're not going to see Fateria. The best you're going to get is cutting to the middle, although I can also see neither player bothering with that. Cav Archers is the way here for the Berbers. Dominicano did it in the last game with Byzantines. He's going to do it again now. No army, just middle. And there is going to be a castle. As I guess that'll make me think that Camel Archers could be coming as well. You could just say it's another production building. In a way, Cav Archers, Camel Archers, same difference. As these camels and knights think about diving. I don't think they're aware there's a castle here now. And castle will go up. There may be a loss taken along the way, but no real harm done. Oh, Fish and Tofu, thank you for the follow. I don't get the alert in my ears, which is annoying, which means I sometimes miss them. I have to look back at the screen. I need to fix that. Still got Cav Archers here for Dominicano. Did I see Ballistics as well? I did. Just be careful. You're saying thrown a lot of... He has thrown a fair bit of military. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Same as last game. It looks like Valchuk's got the army count. Just needs to find a way to make use of it. But Dominicano's base is quite nice. He's got a second TC coming up now. He's able to kite here with the Cav Archers. Probably like to see him mix in some Camel Archers. Do they... I always don't remember this. So, the Camel Archers are... It's bonus damage against other Cav Archers, not bonus damage against other Camels. Okay. It's not a unit that I've used a lot of. So these guys just have 8 damage. They're just a Mangudai Light. Okay, that's one of those guys. Can Dominicano make one? That would be really nice. If he makes one, then I'll be happy. And we get to have a look at that. Lots of camels. But with Ballistics, yeah, he's going to need to switch into Skirms, and he is. A fun little fact about the Malians, by the way. They are the only Civ that gets ARB, but no Bracer. I was expecting one of the 3 new Civs to not get... to get that situation. Because there was one that doesn't get Bracer. The one that gets the extremely strong skirmishes. I haven't even got the DLC, so I can't answer which one that is. But the they also don't get ARB anyway, so they're only a crossbow civ. There we go. There's a Camel Archer on the way. But yeah, skirms will be important here for Valchuk. He's going to need to defend with those. Here is it. So pierce damage is 1 more, but then the bonus damage is against Cav Archers. Yeah. As you said. Well, and as the thing said, he's getting the raids again. The last game turned on a massive Cav Archer raid, and this game is going to turn on another massive Cav Archer raid. Not quite the 20, but still 8. And that's annoying for Valchuk, who's not been able to get those walls in at all. And Dominicano gets to roll around the back, kill some units, and then just run away. Okay, he's got to remember to keep running, though. Got to keep running. And Valchuk's going to be forced into Town Watch there. He feels like that could be handy. No ballistics. These skirms are pretty much going to miss the whole time. And Valchuk's thinking, you know what? I need the middle. I need the middle. He's going to get some taps. Yeah, Dominicano's, as stated before, throwing away a little bit of army here. He probably should just run straight back to the castle with those. He will also be aware now, as said, completely open, all visible. It's all visible. So he will see that there are, well, I guess he can see the trees, but he can't see the villas. So there you go. Back to the castle. And pops out the other side. He does have husbandry. Berbers have got husbandry. The Malians have also got husbandry. So we're all good there. Both civs are sorted in that regard. Where Tigui? Yes. Where Tigui? Where Tigui? And what's the other one? Casbah. Probably not as useful. Yeah, a bit of gold float, yeah. Lots of things being repeated. I mean, Fish and Tofu, I know you came in during this game, but I'm telling you, if you were saying these comments during Game 3, if you were talking about Game 3, you would be spot on. It's exactly the same. A lot of it is exactly the same. Raids with Cav Archers, gold float from Valchuk. It's very similar. It's very similar, and these camels need to get some work done. They are upgraded, whereas the Berber camels that are being produced now are not. Didn't go heavy with the Camel Archers, just made the one, and is now going to make the camels themselves. Now the raids under the TC here, this army will die. The skirms can get cleaned up now. That felt a little bit like it was Valchuk's turn to throw some army away there, but plus 20 villagers. Plus 20 villagers. Valchuk buys stone, so he's going to be able to drop a castle somewhere now. And he's going to drop an aggressive castle. This could be a game ender, but not in the way that Valchuk wants it to be. This could be a game ender. This feels like a game ender. No, he's got to bail. If he tried to force that down, that was not going to work. He had to bail on that one. And now I feel like he's actually not put in a great spot anyway. He has to bail again. You can probably keep this one up for now. He doesn't have to delete those foundations, but he's gonna struggle to get this castle up. He's gonna put a lot of time into this, and I don't know if it will work. Dominicano's not gonna dive it though. If he knew that he had the army lead, I feel like he would dive this. But he's not going to. Valchuk quickly gives up on the middle. It's alright, I'm not... 700 wood float. I feel like the 1200 gold, yeah, but 700 woods, I think we can be a little bit more... We can be a little bit more lenient on. That happens. You can spend 700 wood really easily. Spending the gold's a bit harder. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You can drop the farms really quickly. You can drop a couple of production buildings really quickly. There's a few ways you can do it, right? If it was in Feudal Age, then yes. But in the middle of Castle Age, there's fights going on. There's a lot happening. Dominicano prioritizing relics here, I think. You know where the relics are. They're all around the middle. In fact, can you even see them? Not in the all visibles part. You can't see them. You know they're there. I'd like to probably see Imp now. Castle v Castle. They're close to each other. It's time for Imp. Time for Imp. If Dominicano's not going to fight with these guys, and he's not going to even look, and he's going to stay home, it's time to go Imp. And I feel like he is. He's idling. Valchuk does not have the food. He does need the farms. He does need the farms. He's adding them. He's still got that gold lead. Unironically, would like to see the foxes. Oh, he's on the foxes. He's on the foxes. How good is that? Using the map. Do the same on the other side. Take some of the foxes. Have a go. Like, he is behind. He will know that he's behind. Like, the raids should probably tell him he's behind. At that point, if you're behind, and especially in a tournament game, you might just need to take a risk and go, you know what? These guys are completely open. They're completely out the way. See if you can get away with it. But look at this. Dominicano's on it. He wants to drop outposts. Yes, he's going to lose them. But he's going to drop some outposts, which is nice. Malian, no. Oh, I'm gonna go with the Malian bonus does not get impacted by foxes. So it's 10% drop off, but you're dropping off one at a time with this. So I feel like the answer's no. Yeah, it's a one, like it's a drop off, and 10% of one is still one, and it doesn't accumulate. Like, it wouldn't be banked. That Cav Arch is having a dance. But Dominicano will win this. I am confident that he will get this from here. Like, he is up. He's up the village. He's just going to have Imp. He's going to have Imp. And this castle... Actually, this castle may not even go up. Like, come on. The army's right there. Oh, there's skirms. Skirms will defend this. If they don't trot on the foundations. There's camels around the side as well. We're going to see Bracer. We're going to see Chemistry. We should see a Treb come out. 2k gold. Yeah. Well, if you're going to take All that on gold. Yeah, he's going to buy it. I think Valchuk realizes he needs to market his way up here. And this castle is going to go up at the expense of a lot of skirms. It's going to go up, though. And the fact it goes up gives him a chance. No trips. No trips. Bombard cannon? Must be for bombard cannon, but... No workshops. No trebs, no workshops. There's the first treb. Yeah, and the gold is gone, Movers. Absolutely. Camels now running around. Yeah, the eco. The farms, they're so open. Dominicano has managed to grab a relic, which is nice. The other ones... There's a second one. The third one is gettable. The last two are definitely on the other side and harder to reach. I haven't seen a lot of Spanish since the missionaries can start picking up relics. I think I've seen it once. It does look very funny. Oh, that's right. It looks funny because the relic sits in front of the monk. So the monk is on the back of the donkey, and the donkey's leading the way. The guy can't see. Unless he's looking through the relic. He just can't see. Dominicano has not noticed that there's fields that are dying here on gold. 2 trebs are out. 3 trebs are out. They have chemistry. Siege engineers for Berbers is a thing. I'm confident. I only know that because of water. Not because of just knowing the civs. It wasn't a tech that mattered to cannon galleons. I wouldn't have known. Malians do not get siege engineers. Bill count is certainly evening out, yet because of all these bills that got thrown away. 13 eco units thrown away there. But the position is still going to be very hard for Valchuk here. I feel like he takes this down. There are... How many vills on this? 15 vills, but there's going to be 4 trebs, and a 5th treb is trying to work its way in. Dominicano should still be okay. It still feels like he's okay. He needs to drop this relic off. Monastery's in front, then he needs to get to work on the other one. Good treb count now. Bombard cannon is there. We've seen Magrebi camels, so these guys regenerate. They will, and he's got camel archer on the field. He has expanded now, as Kados has asked for. Stables, expansion on stone. Got gold, got foxes. It's got gold here as well. We got heavy camel from the Malians. They do not have Farimba just yet. And obviously they don't get the final attack, but there's no iron casting in on the other side. This is a big fight, but I feel like there's too much here for Dominicano. He's got numbers that are quite handy, I want to say, but he might need to kite. No, he's not. He's not. The skirms are doing well on the camel archers, and then he's losing the fights with the heavy camels. No, he gets through enough. He gets enough. He has enough, and he had the castle fire helping out as well. He takes out castle number 2, and Valchuk's now in a bit of a spot of bother. He's in a spot of bother. He's got a couple, there's a couple of light cav around the back. They've killed 4 vills, and Valchuk taps out, and Dominicano will take the set and get into the castle bracket final with a 3-1 victory. Well done to him there. And this is certainly a player that has gotten better over the course of the tournament. Valchuk entered Division C as the highest seed. So he was the highest seeded when you took the average of current and top ELO. And then Dominicano he started as the 3rd bottom seed. So he has now hit nearly 1800. Well, I think he has hit 1800 now. But he's almost at 1800 right now. So he's done very, very well with that one. I'll go back and I'll show what we had regarding a draft board. That was actually a loss for Byzantines there. So that's what we ended up with regarding this set. I'm going to go straight into the third place playoff now, which will, of course, have Valtsyuk in it. So we're not done for the night at all. We've got a third place playoff, which will only be a best of 3. But I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to grab the... What am I going to grab? The drafts. I'm going to grab the drafts for this one. And then we will get into the next set. But, yeah, very, very well done from Dominicano indeed. So he gets into the castle bracket final. And Valtsyuk will play in the third place playoff.